Welcome to the English Edge, your guide to sounding more natural, confident, and professional in English. Join us as we explore everyday conversations and workplace communication.
Hey, Sarah, I need you to explain something to me. Hello to you too. Is it the printer? Because that one is not fixable. It has a soul, and the soul is angry. Not the printer. My manager. Yesterday, she said, and I quote, "That's an interesting approach." About my report. And everyone in the room nodded like she'd said something important. What does that mean? Ooh, yeah, that means she had concerns. What? But she didn't say she had concerns. She said it was interesting. In Canadian workplace language, interesting in that tone often means I have questions and possibly problems, but I'm going to be very polite about it. Why? Why can't she just say that? Because direct criticism in public, especially in a meeting, feels confrontational here. Canadian workplace culture leans toward protecting everyone's dignity, even when giving feedback. Canadian workplace often use soft language to deliver feedback, especially in group settings. Learning to read between the lines is a real professional skill. Interesting, something to consider, and you might want to look at are all polite ways of flagging a concern.
Okay, so how was I supposed to know? Watch for the tone, the pause before the word, and whether she followed up. Did she ask to talk later? She said, "Let's circle back on this." Yes, that's the follow-up. Circle back means we need to talk, but not here, not now, and I want it to feel collaborative, not critical. This is like a secret language. It kind of is. And here's the thing, once you crack the code, you can use it too. Instead of saying, "That's wrong," in a meeting, you say, "I wonder if we could look at this from another angle." Same message, much smoother landing. Softening phrases for giving feedback professionally, "I wonder if," one thing we might consider is just a thought, but could we look at? These signal collaboration, not confrontation, and they go a long way in Canadian workplaces. What about the hierarchy thing? Back home, you always know who's in charge. Here, everyone calls each other by first names and the CEO makes his own coffee, and it's confusing. Yes, Canadian workplaces are very flat on the surface. First names, open doors, we're all a team energy. But the hierarchy is still there. It's just quieter. How do you navigate something you can't see? Watch who speaks first in meetings. Watch whose ideas get pursued. And when you want to push back on something a senior person said, don't challenge them directly. Say, "I'd love to hear more about the thinking behind that." Or, "Could we also explore option B?" So be curious, not confrontational. Exactly. You get your point across, they don't feel challenged, everyone leaves the room feeling good. That's the Canadian workplace sweet spot. You know what? I think I've been accidentally very direct this whole time and no one told me. Oh, they noticed. They just politely didn't say anything. Of course they didn't. Okay, I need a full translation guide, like a dictionary. Canadian boss says this, Canadian boss means that. Does that exist? It doesn't, but I am basically that dictionary. Ask me anything. Okay, my boss said, "That's something we should keep in mind going forward." In a meeting, about my idea. What does that mean? That one is actually neutral. It means she heard it, she's not dismissing it, but she's also not acting on it. That one is actually neutral. It means she heard it, she's not dismissing it, but she's also not acting on it right now. It's in a holding zone. A holding zone. So it's not a no. It's a not yet, which is very different from a no. In Canada, a real no is very rare in professional settings. People find gentler ways to say it. What does a gentle no sound like? That's a great idea. I think the timing might not be quite right. Or, I love the thinking. We just need to consider the bandwidth. Or my personal favorite, let's revisit this next quarter.
Next quarter. That means never, doesn't it? It often means never. Yes. Incredible. Okay, what about, I just want to make sure we're aligned. Ooh, that one has two meanings depending entirely on who says it and when. If your boss says it before a project, it means let's get on the same page. I want to help. If your boss says it after something went wrong, it means I think there has been a miscommunication and I am being very polite about whose fault that was. How do I know which one it is? Context, timing, and whether she's smiling when she says it. A real smile or a tight smile are two completely different messages in Canada. I need to study smiles now. This is a lot. You're doing great. Give me another one. Okay, that's one way to look at it. My colleague said this to me last week about my spreadsheet. Yeah, they disagreed with your spreadsheet. They could have just said that. They did say that, just quietly in Canadian. Okay, what about emails? Because I feel like email is a whole separate language. Oh, it absolutely is. Canadian professional email has its own entire vocabulary. Have you received one that starts with, just wanted to follow up? Every week. Right, so just wanted to follow up means you didn't respond to my last email and I am gently reminding you. The word just is doing a lot of work. It softens what is actually a nudge. What about as per my last email? Okay, as per my last email is the professional equivalent of I already told you this. It sounds polite. It is not polite. It is passive-aggressive and everyone knows it. I used that phrase last Tuesday. To who? My manager. How did she respond? She said, thanks for flagging, Maya. Okay, thanks for flagging means she received the message, but the tone gave her pause. You're fine, but maybe retire as per my last email for now. Noted. What should I say instead? Just circling back on this. Same message, much friendlier energy. Or simply, happy to clarify. Here's what we discussed. You remind them, you offer to help, nobody feels called out. Here is the Canadian professional email decoder. You may note them down. Just wanted to follow up. You haven't replied, please reply. As per my last email. I already told you this. Use sparingly, reads as passive-aggressive. Just circling back on this. Friendly follow-up, safe to use always. Thanks for flagging. I received your note, tone noted too. Happy to hop on a call to discuss. This is too complicated for email. Let's talk. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm done. Your turn. No worries at all. I'm a little bit annoyed, but I'm Canadian, so I won't say that. No worries at all. I get that one constantly. Yes, and 9 times out of 10, it genuinely means no worries. But sometimes there are a few worries. You'll learn to tell the difference by how quickly they send the next email. This is genuinely one of the most useful conversations I have ever had in my life. I know. I wish someone had given me this when I started. I spent 6 months thinking my boss loved all my ideas because she kept saying great stuff. Turns out great stuff just means she read it. What? Great stuff doesn't mean great? It means fine, acceptable, received. If your Canadian boss actually thinks something is excellent, they will say something much more specific. I really liked how you handled the data in section 3. Specific praise is real praise. Generic praise is just acknowledgement.
So I have been celebrating great stuff emails for 2 months? You can still celebrate them, just know what level of celebration is appropriate. Great stuff is a thumbs up. Specific, detailed feedback is a standing ovation. Okay, last one. What does it mean when your boss asks, "How are you finding everything?" with a very specific look on her face? That is an invitation. She is opening a door for you to share how you're actually doing. Challenges, questions, concerns. That's your moment to say something real. Not a full download, but a genuine check in. Honestly, I'm still getting used to the pace, but I'm really enjoying the team. That kind of thing. So sometimes a question is just a question. Sometimes. The key is when someone slows down, makes real eye contact, and asks something open ended with genuine curiosity, they want a real answer. When someone asks in passing while walking to a meeting, they don't. Context, always. When your Canadian boss asks an open question like, "How are you finding everything?" or "How are you settling in?" that's a real invitation. A good response? Honestly, it's been a great learning curve. I've really enjoyed specific thing. Still getting the hang of one honest challenge, but the team has been really supportive. Specific, positive, honest without oversharing. That's the sweet spot.
You know what the funny thing is? Back home, I always thought Canadians were so easy to read, so friendly, so warm, so open. And then I got here and realized the warmth is real, but there's a whole other conversation happening underneath it that I couldn't hear.
That's exactly it. And once you can hear both, the surface conversation and the one underneath, you're not just surviving the workplace, you're actually navigating it like a professional. Thank you, Sarah. Actually. Anytime, Maya. That's what I'm here for. Also, to tell you about the printer. The printer can wait, and always waits. It has nothing but time and resentment. Okay, I should actually get back to my desk before someone sends me a "just wanted to follow up" email. Exactly. Look at you, already speaking Canadian. And if any of this helped you decode your workplace, let us know in the comments. Seriously, we read every single one. And if there's a specific workplace situation you want us to break down, a confusing email, a strange meeting moment, a phrase you just cannot figure out, drop it below. We might just make it into its own episode. Nothing is too small. If it confused you, it probably confused someone else too. Subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in episode 3, where I try to survive a networking event with 17 business cards and 0 confidence. She makes it, mostly. Sarah, you're not supposed to say that! Have a good one. See you next time.